NBA totals for Sunday, November 6th. We're going to look at 4 games on the board today, and we also have a sides play out there. Those have been doing pretty well. We've hit a few in a row, and although yesterday our totals weren't that great, we went into yesterday hitting 10 out of our last 10 plays. So we were 10-0 going into yesterday. Kind of got some bad luck on our games yesterday, like Houston and Atlanta only scoring 32 points in the fourth quarter. It's just crazy things that happened that even though I thought we broke it down correctly, but it just didn't work out, and that's just the way it is. The point is, we're still up. For totals, we're 25 and 23, and that was after a really bad start. So hopefully that'll pick up a little bit more. I thought we had some good calls yesterday, but that happens, and we're going to go ahead and move on to today and see how we do. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right in. First game we got is the early game here, Utah and New York. I'm going under the 196 at Bet Online. Currently, Utah, they're a slow-paced team. Hayward's going to get his first start of the year. That might help them, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They're averaging 94 points per game. They're giving up just 93.7. The defense is one of the better averages. 94 points per game is not. New York, they're averaging 100 points per game, giving up 109. But what I like about the Knicks is they come into this contest with a little bit of defensive momentum. They held Chicago to just 44% shooting on just 84 attempts. That's good. That's them controlling the pace. I don't think New York's that great. I still think they have a way to go. They definitely have ways to go. They definitely have some talent, but I don't think they're going to get over this 196. You got Utah, they're averaging just over 77 attempts per game, ranking last in the NBA. New York's getting up just over 84 attempts per game. That's in the bottom third. Utah, again, they rank as the bottom of attempts allowed as well, just under 80 attempts per game. So this is Utah coming in, trying to play some good defense. I think New York's going to step things up defensively after what they did against Chicago. I think they realize in order for them to compete at the highest level, and they should already know this. They have a bunch of veterans. They got to play great defense. I think they're going to be able to do enough to hold Utah down, and Utah is going to go ahead and keep that pace pretty slow. So I'm going to go under that 196. I found that one at Bet Online. Also, don't forget, check SBR for the best odds. All right, next one we got. Portland and Memphis. I'm going over the 203.5, and that's at Pinnacle Sports. Portland right now, they're averaging 109.7 points per game, but they're giving up 111.8 points per game. That ranks as one of the worst in the NBA. Memphis, they're only averaging 95.8 points per game, and they're giving up 101.7 points per game. But this is a different Memphis team. They're shooting the three a little bit more. David Fitzdale's got a different dynamic going on with that group. I mean, gosh, Memphis, they're trying to make some adjustments. They're going a little bit quicker tempo, and we've seen that in some of their games. Right now, they're getting up 84 attempts per game. Portland, 87.5, and Memphis is allowing just 82-point games, but Portland's allowing 91.3 attempts per game, and I think Memphis is going to want to go ahead and go with that type of pace. To me, this is similar to when Memphis played Washington just last week, and that final ended up with Memphis winning around like 110 to 103. I think I wrote that down. That's on another page. Yeah, 112 to 103. They beat Washington, and I see it similar in this. You got two good guards, and Lillard and McCollum. Same thing. You had Beal and Wall. Just kind of the same dynamic, I think. So I think it's going to be an up and down affair. I'm going to go over the 203.5. Even though Memphis is not a very good shooting team, I think Portland's going to help them to be a better shooting team tonight with the tempo. Next one up, we got Milwaukee and Dallas under 198. That's across the board at SBR. Yesterday, Milwaukee went absolutely nuts all over Sacramento, just scored in bunches. They're averaging 106 points per game prior to yesterday. That's going to go up. I haven't caught up with those statistics. They're allowing 106, but that's going to actually go, looks like it's going to go down. I still don't have a final on that. Sorry, as I'm making this video, it just went over. So my games are all done for the day. So I'm going to go ahead on the totals, just go ahead and, start breaking them down. Anyways, I digress. So Milwaukee, they're a high-scoring team. Dallas, they're averaging 97.4 points per game. They're allowing 106. The total's at 198, which seems actually a little bit low considering Milwaukee, how fast they want to go. There's no Dirk for the Mavericks. Milwaukee, they're averaging 87.8 attempts per game. They're allowing 84.8. And Dallas is averaging 85.6, but they're allowing just 80. That's the key to me is Dallas. It's similar to me in that Dallas-Portland affair, except I don't think Milwaukee could score like Portland. That's just my opinion. That game ended up at 200. I think Dallas is going to be able to stop Milwaukee a little bit more. And another thing, sorry, I forgot to mention this. Milwaukee's coming off a back-to-back, of course. I just talked about them playing Sacramento. But the fact that Dallas is trying to control that pace, allowing just 80 attempts per game, I think is going to be the key to staying under this total of 198. So that's going to be my play on Milwaukee and Dallas under. And finally, last game of the day for me on the totals, we got Denver and Boston. I think this is going to be a track meet. Denver also coming off a back-to-back, but man, versus Detroit yesterday. I digress. Let's talk about this real quick. The number. We got Denver, Boston over 211, and that's at SBR across the board. Okay, now let's talk about Denver yesterday versus Detroit. I had the under on that, and that was pretty much my only winner of the day as for the totals. They were terrible. They shot 33% for the floor, but that was off of 94 attempts. So they got up and down, but Detroit is doing a really good job keeping teams to some low numbers because they're just playing some good defense. They're contesting a lot of shots, are keeping teams down low percentage-wise, and Detroit's going to be tough this year. You watch how they roll. They're playing some really good defense right now, so that's going to be if they continue that, they could really make some noise in the East, as I predicted earlier in the season. Well, Stan Van Gundy, that's my guy right there. Denver, we got them averaging 86.2 attempts per game. Boston, 85.6. That's not that high, those two combined. But Boston, that's not them. They want to get up and down, and they can really shoot the ball. They're shooting, 49.5% for the field, the best shooting percentage in the league. The key for me is this. Denver is allowing 91.5 attempts per game. Boston is allowing 86.8 points per game. Now, Boston, again, they're not at the tempo they want to get at like they did the other day versus Cleveland. I think we're going to see them want to do that, and Denver's going to probably really want to get out and run, and hopefully they'll score more tonight. I think they will. Boston's not as good defensively as Detroit, not right now at least, but I think Boston's a bit of a better team. Denver, good rebounding team, and they rank second in the league in points in the paint, so they should be able to score. They should be able to score, both these teams. So 211, I'm fine with that. I think they go over with the tempo and the scoring. All right, let's break these all down one more time. We got Utah, New York, under the 196 at BetOnline. Portland and Memphis over the 203.5 at Pinnacle Sports. Milwaukee and Dallas under the 198 at Sportsbook Review. That is across the board. Denver, Boston over the 211 at Sportsbook Review as well. Check for the best odds at Sportsbook Review. That's our breakdown for today. We do have a sides play out there as well. I wish you luck on all your plays. We got a winning record on totals. Let's see if we can have a good season. Let's just have a good November. Let's see if we have a good November and see if that'll carry us over for the rest of the year. All right. Wish you guys luck on your plays today.